Umana Reyer Venezia. Tonight promises to be a very exciting fixture between these two teams at Group C, as both of them at opposite ends of the group tables, with Umana Reyer Venezia with a record of 3-1, while Petrol Olimpija picking up their first victory last week against Movistar Estudiantes, now 1-3. Well, both these teams competing in a very, very competitive Group C. As you can see, the home fans really up for it tonight, as they know the visitors from Italy possess a very, very fine form here in the Basketball Champions League. And we look at games tonight. The first game kicks off here for Group C, as we mentioned. Other games today, you can see Umana Reyer take on Movistar Estudiantes, SIG Strasbourg take on AEK today, and tomorrow be Rosa Radom as they host Banvit of Turkey. Some very exciting fixtures, as we've mentioned. But like we said, we've already seen quite a few exciting games between these teams. Petrol Olimpija picking up their very first win last week against Movistar Estudiantes, who have also started the Basketball Champions League regular season in fine form. So this will be a very, very interesting fixture for them. How can they bounce back? Can they go to 2-3? Or are Umana Reyer Venezia going to push up the table and hopefully finish first place by the end of this week? You can see already Banvit and Umana Reyer Venezia, along with Mehdi Barouf, holding a tie record of 3-1. Mehdi Barouf says they played 5 more games. Petrol Olimpija able to come in game day 4 without being winless. The only winless team right now in Group C is Rosa Radom. It's very crucial for them. I mean, this Group C is full of some very exciting teams. You got the likes of AEK Athens, SIG Strasbourg. If we look at Umana Reyer Venezia, players to watch out going to be Marquez Haynes and last week's top scorer, Peric, who can really, really light it up from the perimeter. Umana Reyer Venezia really coming with a lot. Thomas Rest, the big fella, the Italian who played abroad in the USA, Michael Bramos, the Greek, and don't forget about Dominique Johnson. A lot of players, a lot of options that they can go to. Umana Reyer Venezia love to get out on the break and play a little bit of run and gun fast break basketball. So which means for Olimpija, they're really going to have to do their best to get back in transition defense. When we look at the host tonight, one player to look out for tonight is going to be Jan Spam, who hit the winner last week to give him the big league. Domin Lorbeck, very, very prominent scorer, 33 years of age, but really, really can put the ball on the floor, get to the basket. Like I said, look out for Devin Oliver, 17 points last week, an unstoppable force in the low blocks. Mr. Peric is going to be looking to get on the perimeter and get the jump shot going from the perimeter. They cannot leave him wide open because he will light it up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And both of these teams respectively playing in their domestic leagues this coming week. Petrol Olimpija coming up with a very impressive 88-77 victory as they go top of the National Slovenian League. Whereas for Umana Reyer Venezia sitting 4th in the Italian League with 5 wins and 1 loss. Recently lost last week. And they'll be using the Basketball Champions League to give them a little bit of confidence, both for domestic and here in Europe as well. We talked about Peric being top scorer last week, but Marquez Haynes chipped in 16 as well. And then obviously they had a bit of help with Dominique Johnson putting in 12. Umana Reyer Venezia, not a prolific 3-point shooting team, only 6 for 24 last week in their game. Came up with a very, very home impressive victory against SIG Strasbourg, so it's going to be big for them to really come out here on the road. They want to go to 4-1 and try and go top of Group C. Well, we talked about Devin Oliver last week, 17 points and 8 rebounds, only 2 rebounds away, shy of a double-double. A lot of players that they like to go down to in the low blocks. I mean, Devin Oliver, he topped the chart in four categories. 5 steals, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, 17 points. But he's going to need a little bit of help tonight. I'm sure they'll be looking to give him a little bit of boost in the low post. You got Morgan as well. Lorbeck, they really need him to get off the mark as well. I mean, it's interesting when you look at this Group C, but right now we're just going to introduce you to our officials tonight here at the Basketball Champions League. We're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials in Europe. Our officials representing countries of Spain, Turkey, and Poland: Antonio Conde, Zafir Elmaz, and Janusz Kalik. And as we mentioned, we're very proud of the work our officials do. We have some of the finest officials here in FIBA, and they'll do an excellent job tonight. I mean, this Group C as well, you got to look at it. It's one of the toughest Group C. You got two teams that made it pretty far in the competition last year with Banvit and Umana Reyer Venezia. Don't forget, European powerhouses historically, teams like Ike, Strasbourg, and Movistar Estudiantes. You know, there might be that team in Madrid that people don't really know too much about, but that is what they call the Academy of Spanish Basketball, so that's another strong team here. And Petrol Olimpija did very well to go on the road last week in Madrid and pick up a very crucial victory. Their first victory here in the Basketball Champions League. Well, the starting lineups tonight for Umana Reyer Venezia. The big man down low is going to be Paul Stefan Lino Biliga, and he'll be partnered down low with Peric, the top scorer from last week. And in the backcourt, you got Marquez Haynes with Dominique Johnson and Bruno Cerella. That is a very, very impressive starting five, very lethal five as well. Walter De Raffaele, it's his second year now in the Basketball Champions League. A lot of experience from last year's competition, and he knows the pain what they went through last year, so he will be hoping to set the record straight so that they can move on and hopefully win this competition as well. The 2016-17 Basketball Champions League was a surprise for most cases, but let's look at the starting lineup for Petrol Olimpija. Down low, you got Jordan Daniel Morgan, like we said, the beast from the East, unbelievable player. Devin Michael Oliver, top scorer last week. Castrati will start in the backcourt with Jan Spam, who hit the big game winner last week to give him the crucial lead. Well, as we mentioned, Group C, very, very strong group. Banvit making it to the final last year. They came up short against Tenerife. And Umana Reyer Venezia coming up short in the semifinals against Tenerife, but coming fourth overall. So this Group C is a very, very, very strong group. Gaspar Okorn, very, very big job he's got, taking one of Slovenia's greatest dynasties in Petrol Olimpija. So he knows the expectations, and this is a very, very new system to them. He'll try and get the most out of his players. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us here tonight for the Basketball Champions League, brought to you by FIBA. Do not go anywhere, because we are 1 minute away from tip-off. It is Petrol Olimpija versus Umana Reyer Venezia. It's live here in Ljubljana. Cerella making a very, very interesting start. He didn't start last week. Only played 2 minutes and 57 seconds, but didn't score a point. So it's interesting they got him on the starting lineup, but maybe it's a good way to boost his confidence, get him in the rhythm of things. But Marquez Haynes, a very, very creative and dynamic player. And Lorbeck, prominent scorer. A lot of Arsenal in the kit, 33 years of age, but such an experienced player. And a proud representative of Slovenian basketball. Well, the tip is underway, and it is the hosts who get the first possession. They try to pick and roll. It kicks out the corner. We got the first three of the game. Nothing but net. And that's a good way to start already. The pick and roll started with a kick out, and Mastrati just nails it from the side. Umana Reyer Venezia look to answer back down the other end. They throw it down low, and nobody there. Poor pass. Peric wide open underneath the basket, but Baliga couldn't get him a good pass. Going back, same play, trying to set the pick and roll. This time they give it off the roller, shoots from 10 feet, airballs it, but they get an offensive rebound. Morgan kicks it out. Mastrati, nobody steps over, lays it up, and Mastrati gets 5 points already. Nobody stepped out to stop him. Nice penetration. Chirella kicks it out. Baliga looks for options, takes it down the middle, fades away. Off the front rim, Mastrati gets a defensive rebound. Lorbeck uses the screen, throws it down low. Takes it down the middle, puts up a fadeaway shot. Oh my Lord! And Olimpija all of a sudden finding a lot of confidence already. Oliver off to a good start. Remember, 17 points he had last week in their win against Estudiantes. Peric backs down, kicks it out. Kicks it out to Haynes. Haynes takes a quick three, drains it. And that was a tough shot, but breaks the ice for Umana Reyer Venezia. Marquez Haynes. Morgan backs down, takes it down the middle. He's fouled on the ground. And the foul is on Marquez Haynes. See, good position, Haynes. That's an interesting one because you can see Morgan's got his arm wrapped around Haynes, but I think he had the position a lot stronger. They throw it down low. It gets blocked by Peric. Nothing easy in this game. We got a three from the side. Can't get it. And Peric just does enough to put Mastrati off from getting the rebound. We got a man down to get the Peric for 15. Kicks it out. Haynes takes another three. Marquez Haynes can't get it. Baliga with the offensive board. Peric puts a pump fake, puts up a floater. Doesn't get it. Mr. Clutch, Spam hit the big three last week. Goes for the pick and roll. He's going to take it himself. It's a nice defensive play. But Dominique Johnson just stops him from getting the easy two. Here you can see penetrates. I don't think Johnson even got off the floor, just used his arms. Castrati, they don't get it to him. Get it to Morgan from 18 feet, drains it. And Petrol Olimpija just come on fire. It was actually Morgan. That's a turnover. Excellent defensive play from Castrati. Did enough to put the pass off, and Umana Reyer Venezia very sloppy here in the early stages of the first quarter. Tried the handoff, but I mean, that's good defensive play from Castrati, dipping his hand in there. Lorbeck down low. Morgan. Oh, my Lord! What a beautiful pivot. Did you ever expect any differently? I mean, Morgan just got it, and he brought the whole gym down. And that is why you got to love the Basketball Champions League. Parrish tries to answer down the other end. Throws it down low. Strong move. Can't get it again. And Umana Reyer Venezia going to have the baseline possession. I mean, it is so beautiful to watch Petrol Olimpija. They set the pick and roll. They move it. And they come up with just such quality plays. I mean, Morgan just threw it down. Johnson gives it up. Umana Reyer Venezia looking a little bit. Pulls up, and that will settle the nerves. A long two, he had his foot in the line. Dominique Johnson. Give and go, Morgan gave up the shot. Takes it down, lays it up, and it's a traveling violation. Like I said, it's been very fluid so far from Petrol Olimpija. Do not look like a team that have only just picked up their first victory last week, playing with some serious confidence, moving the ball and getting good shots, but it's all about the pick and roll and how they utilize it with Spam. Umana Reyer Venezia, get it down low, quick, release it. It's another miss for Parrish. He's 0 for 3 from the field. Spam. Down low, Castrati, and he's fouled. You can see it's actually a smart defensive play because Johnson's fouled him. Had he not fouled him, Castrati would have had an open dunk possibly, but the foul's on Chirella. And Olimpija catch and shoot right away from the inbound pass, and that is a rarity as they finally miss a jump shot. Haynes down low. It's another sloppy pass, another turnover. Morgan on the break, 3-on-1, through a bounce pass. Got away with the travel. Lorbeck gave up the three, takes a baseline, and he's fouled by Baliga. In a 3-on-1 fast break situation, he can't throw a bounce pass. It slows the fast break down. Baliga picks up his first personal foul of the game. With substitutions, Parrish is just going to go to the bench, take a break. And Orlik comes in. Now Orlik, he's a big man. He's got the ability to shoot from the perimeter. He has known to spot up a few times, but he's going to try and muscle his weight down to get into Lorbeck. Lorbeck pick and roll. Morgan uses the strength. Go up, big fella, off the backboard. Can anybody stop him? So athletic and so aggressive. There's a foul off the ball, and I think it's on Lorbeck. Just holding on to Chirella. You can see they're trying to get Chirella to run the baseline with two low screens. It's actually on Castrati. They get it inbound. Good ball movement, Orlik. Well, we said he could shoot the three, and that's exactly what he's gone and done. First shot of the game, and he swishes it from downtown. Looking for the handoff, couldn't get it on the backdoor play, but back to Castrati. Down low to Morgan. Morgan, time and space. And he's drawn another foul on Baliga. It's a second personal already here in the first quarter. You can see already that Petrol Olimpija have a big mismatch down low as Baliga's really struggling to guard Morgan. Well, Morgan misses the first free throw. Boy from Michigan, played his college basketball at Dayton, Ohio. He's played for a few clubs already in Europe, but he's setting the life well here in Slovenia. As he makes a second, he's just going to go to the bench, take a break, and he's such a hard-working player. He uses physicality and his size to his advantage. Well, coming into the game is Bojan Radulovic, the backup center. Tries to split it. Orlik, he's hit 1-3. Can he hit another? Hits the front rim. And Umana Reyer Venezia get the offensive board. The kick out, good ball movement. Takes it, bumps, fades away, good move. Can't get it. Right now, Umana Reyer Venezia just not getting much to drop. They're getting good looks, but Spam on the break. Keeps his dribble alive. Double teamed, gets out of it. Lorbeck throws it down low. Puts up the floater, can't get it. Dominic Johnson tries to pick and roll. As you can see, Orlik just roll, but just put his foot out. Stop it from going through is Radulovic. Well, Jan Span, the hot shot, really hit the big shot last week. And coming into the game is Andre De Nicolau. Very exciting young guard. Takes it down, kicks it out. Orlik, 1 for 2 so far. Goes to 1 for 3. Transition, nobody picked him up, and 1. I mean, that is poor defensive play because he went all the way. I think he even got the rebound. Nobody stopped him in transition. He went right to the basket. And if you're going to foul someone, you got to foul him harder than that because you gifted him a 3-point play. All the way, nobody stepped out and stopped him. Makes it a 3-point play, and he's wide open. Watt's got to dunk it, and the big man just throws it down. And Watt looks at him and says, "Hey, what?" Umana Reyer Venezia just gone into that 2-3 zone at the moment. Span gets it on the perimeter. Steps back, deep 3, puts the pump fake, wide open for deep. Oh my Lord, that was from no man's land. And Rod just let it go from, I think, double the length of the NBA 3-point line. Down the other end, they pull up, can't get it. Umana Reyer Venezia, they're getting good looks, and at some point in the game, they're going to start to drop. Span, he'll try his luck from the 3. And Radulovic almost came up, but Watt gets the offensive board. And Umana Reyer Venezia, it's still sloppy. Turn it over again. Down low, Radulovic uses the side, reverse layup. Can't hit the rim. And Umana Reyer Venezia can break. No one to give it to. Keep it alive. Got to calm it down. Get into a good offense. You got a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Orlik looking for options. Gives it to De Nicolau. Down to Orlik. Good play. And there's a foul on the ground. Everything's a little bit rushed right now from Umana Reyer Venezia. Not getting into the rhythm. They're not getting good looks, and they got to let the ball move. Castrati picks up his 2nd personal foul. There's no doubt it's a foul. He's got his hand on him. He's made a reach in. He's made no attempt to play the ball, but the Italians call timeouts. They really got to settle down. They've got off to a poor start here in the first quarter for a team that's 3-1 in Group C. By Petrol Olimpija, all of a sudden, it's a different team all around.
Okay, so we got Mao here.
57% from the field, plays 29. I mean, that's an unbelievable stat. Both teams getting up 14 shots apiece, but Umana Reyer Venezia, they've got to settle down.
Switch on routes, we got Michael on it, and Mitch, we can switch in 3. Okay, Michael, you go for DJ. Step by step.
Hey, deny, first pass deny, and the last guy, if it's there, it's not possible. It's not possible. From full side, step in. Jebolas totally. 2 guys step in.
That's a big stat as well. 10 points in the paint. I mean, I think Charles Barkley once said the team that scores the easiest amount of points is going to win the game. And right now, 10-2. It's a big stat, but that's all down to the ball movement. I mean, everybody on Petrol Olimpija does their job. You set a pick, you roll to the basket. You don't get it, you move in the space. In the backcourt, moving the ball, getting those good shots, but they're looking down low as well. Well, inbound ball right now. They get it in. Watt takes a deep 18. Barely hits the rim. It's a big loss, but it's on the floor, loose ball. It's a jump ball. And Umana Reyer Venezia going to get the ball back. Well, Bajim just couldn't keep it alive enough, but it's a tough situation when you got the ball on the floor and you're surrounded by 3 Italian players. And they almost turn it over again. I mean, they got to take care of the ball. But a credit down to Petrol Olimpija's defense. I mean, they're all over the place. They're very aggressive. They got the hands in the passing lanes, making nothing easy right now. Pulls up for a 3 to Nicolau, still can't get it. And the Slovenians can break. Keeps his dribble alive. Penetrates, kicks. Got another 3, Castrati, airballs. Now, is he going to say to him that was a pass, or is he going to take the responsibility that he shot an airball? But either way, Bajim just comes up and gets it easy too. Umana Reyer Venezia got a box out. Michael Bramos just checks into the game, the Greek international. De Nicolau tries to take it baseline. He's fouled on the ground. Fouls on Bajim. De Nicolau just stepped too quick for him, beat him to the spot. Orelek thought about the 3, gives it up. Down low, nice play. Watt can't keep it. De Nicolau puts up the floater, and one, Andrea De Nicolau. And it started with almost a turnover from Watt, but Nicolau picked it up, put up the floater, and drew the and-1 play against Radujovic. And Nicolau's going to go to the free throw line to make it a 3-point play. Well, Nicolau only scored 1 point last week. Played 13 minutes in their win against Strasbourg, but gets a 3-point play and just settles the nerves for Umana Reyer Venezia. Dr. Clutch from last week checks back into the game. That's interesting sub. They subbed the point guard in for a big player. Interesting lineup they're going with right now. Oliver. Good ball movement. Spam, deep 3. Misses it. And he's not saving that one. And at the end of the first quarter, it is the hosts here at Petrol Olimpija that lead 22-13 against Umana Reyer Venezia. And right now, the hosts are not playing like a team that lost their first 3 games, while Umana Reyer Venezia are struggling. Remember, both these 2 teams sit at the opposite ends of Group C. Umana Reyer Venezia tied at the top with Mehdi Barouf and Banvit 3-1. Only 2 for 7 from both teams, hit 2 3-pointers each, but stats are crucial. Only 3 for 10 for the field for Umana Reyer Venezia.
Goal in offense, if we got transition, we go round up, okay, or round flash, okay. If not, outscore, we go 2 sides. So we go with 5, with 10 here, we go with elevator, okay, and eyes on this side, okay. Last 5 is this. We need to step up in defense, guys. Be present. Come on. All in and up. All in and up. Come on.
je sve bre. More biti pick and roll, handoff, tuki da imaš 8 prostora. Da lahko greš.
Stay aggressive on defense. Use fouls early. Let's go.
And the traveling fans from Venice making their voice very proud, because you can hear them throughout this game. They're doing an excellent job at supporting their team. So you got to love that. Teams traveling from across Europe to show the appreciation for their teams. I think that's fair to say about a lot of teams here in the Basketball Champions League. You'll always see a group of away fans traveling. Kostrati will inbound the ball to Badgem, because they'll start the second quarter. Michael Bramos has got to give him something in the backcourt, a bit of stability, because right now it's all nerves. And we start the second quarter with the hosts leading by 9, and the cheerleaders leave the court, and business is underway. Badgem brings up the ball, guarded by De Nicolau. They're going with the dribble handoff, looking for options. Kostrati takes it down the middle, and he's fouled in transition. Looked like a bit of a messy situation, tripped over, but De Nicolau picks up his first personal foul. It's a good job, but split the defense like that. Umana Reyer Venezia go, and that is a silly foul to pick up. I mean, Jenkins has got to be smarter than that. And you have to love that, because traveling all the way from Italy, I mean, it's not too far of a journey for them, really. I mean, Slovenia being a really neighboring country, but just loving the fact they're bringing the garments, the scarves, and singing all game. Spits the defenders, and it's got to be a traveling violation, but no, he gets it off. To me, that looked like a traveling violation, but Oliver gets it off, and he goes to 7 points. Not sure if he put a dribble in there or not, but nonetheless, they get the shot up before the 24-second violation goes off. Andrea De Nicolau makes the contact, puts up a wild circus shot. He can't get it. And the Slovenians can break. Transition is beautiful. Oliver gives it up, and the ball movement's unbelievable. Down low, Kostrati takes it baseline. Kostrati, oh, he lost his dribble. And De Nicolau comes up with it. Jenkins spins out to keep it alive. The foul's on Oliver. Picks up his first personal foul. De Nicolau pulls up from 18. Tough shot, but can't get it. But he comes up with a steal. And he'll try and lay it up. And he's blocked. Orlek misses the last two, but gets out one. He's 2 for 4 from the perimeter, and they really needed that to settle the nerves. 2 for 4 from the three-point line. Oliver gets it in the area where he wants to isolate. We got another 3-ball. Bramos with a rebound. Back to Bramos. Bramos catch and shoot from the perimeter. Can't get it as well. Umana Reyer Venezia really struggling from the perimeter. I think it's only Orlik that's hit the 2 3-pointers. Oliver gives the backdoor play, and he gets blocked off the backboard. And who other? You what? Bramos gives it Niccolo. He'll take the 3. Another miss. And Oliver can break. He's got numbers in transition, but he's fouled on the break by Marco Bramos. Jump shot's just a little bit too flat at the moment. Need to get things going. Need to get a little bit more arc on it, but that's a good block, and that's why they need him in the team. The defensive matters. He's not the foundation big man that will play back to the basket, but nonetheless, he can protect the paint for your team on the defenses for sure. Michael Bramos just got off to a little bit of a naive start. Hasn't quite got his jump shot going as he usually likes to. It's a sloppy pass. He turned it over, and Jenkins on the break and just throws it down easily. And Olimpija Petrol got to call timeout because can't fall asleep as the lead's cut down to 6. Umana Reyer Venezia just chipped back into the game. We got a timeout. We're back shortly.
Hey, now listen here. Hey, lost the ball, 3-pointer, and now layup. Pizda. What you will give them? You will give them 10 points in 1 minute again.
They will continue with zone for sure.
There's no chance that you will come back if you make turnover.
Play open in zone. Someone get down here, someone get the high ball.
Not only open, you can play what they want because they are just...
We got 33. Be focused if they check in with Lorbeck. Okay? In offense, vai sui giochi 4. 4 up, guard to guard, 4 down, let them work. Stay and pay attention on passing line. Okay, Mitch? Go!
Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back now. Mr. Nicolau just doing the dirty work on the defensive end. And when you're in this situation on the road and you're struggling to get things going, you got to dig in and try and get as many points off the break, and they're doing that. Putting in a full court press right now to try and get Petrol Olimpija out of their mode. And Morgan's checked back into the game. Down low, Oliver tries to dish it to Morgan. Gets deflected and goes out of bounds. You see just a slight defection. They get it in bounds. As the young fella makes the contact, lays it up. And that is Mr. Bajim, the under-20 top 5 player this season for the Slovenian national team. Came up short in the finals when they lost against Romania, but a very bright potential future for this young man. And they come up with the still. In transition, takes down the middle, gives it to Morgan, tries a finger roll, gets his own rebound. Let's slow it down. And this is what Petrol Olimpija want. Get the ball in their half court, move the ball, set the screens, kick outs as well. Oliver, deep three, a little bit short. Umana Reyer Venezia can break down the other end. Transition, what? Tried to bring the ring down, but in the end, missed a wide open dunk. That's a good break. Puts up the finger roll. And Umana Reyer Venezia gonna have to call timeout because it's a little too sloppy. I mean, that is a pretty difficult finish, but he just got it to go. And you gotta finish that. You can't be missing dunks.
We are missing all the shots and easy things. You lost confidence because we're missing offense. Stay calm. Stay focused in defense. Don't allow easy basket and work step by step. Don't go crazy because we are not scoring. Keep calm. Stay focused in defense. In offense, go one up.
We have to move the ball, or corners down or open, or spread pick and roll, but move the ball.
Well, the bench points are pretty huge as well. You can see Umana Reyer Venezia getting 13 points out of their second string players. And that's a good sign because you think for a team like them who haven't got off so well, to go to your bench shows the depth you got, and that goes a long way in this competition. But Petrol Olimpija, this is their home court. You can see a lot of confidence and a lot of belief in their play at the moment. Well, we're underway. Watt will back down against Morgan, kicks it out. Chirella wide open for three, and their three-point struggles still continue. Morgan with a rebound. Looking for the roll, but Morgan didn't go to the basket, and it clearly wasn't a pop. He backs down, kicks it out, puts up the floater, and it's a blocking foul, which means he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Chirella charged with the foul. It's actually Watt. I'm not too sure about that one. Look at his feet set outside the semicircle, but nonetheless, you got to respect the official's call. Well, Horvat misses the first free throw. Interesting player, Horvat. Really can step on the court and give you a lot of energy on the defense, but also can chip in a few crucial buckets. Misses 0 for 2. I mean, that's all about heart desire, because you think 2 free throws miss, and Petrol Olimpija just go in, and they're going for all second chances. You can't teach that. You just got to have it. It's all about heart desire. How much do you want it? Get it to Morgan down low. Gives it. Right in and around. Would have been a good move if he could finish it. Umana Reyer Venezia can break. Jenkins back to Haynes. And it's an offensive foul on Watt. And what he tried to do was just fight him. You can't be doing that. Michael Watt, you know, a very experienced player. He's got to know better than that. And he picks up the foul. Five minutes to go here in the second quarter. This Group C fixture of the regular season. Lorbeck tries to pick her on. It's another offensive foul down the other end. Both teams really starting to lose their discipline at the moment. Well, it's a legal screen, there's no doubt. He's put his arm out. Try and give him a little knock, but... And Dominic Jenkins just checks back into the game to give him a little bit more arsenal in the backcourt. Jenkins will just take a break. Down low to Peric, who's also back in the game. Kicks it out. Back to Peric. Spins around, and that is a beautiful post play, but his struggles still continue. And out of frustration, he picks up a personal foul. It's a beautiful post move, but got to score it. You can see he just dipped his hand in, just clawed Morgan in the face. Picks up his second personal foul. Morgan's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Jordan Morgan, native of Illinois, alumni of University of Michigan. Got a respected career here in Europe, settling to life here at Petrol Olimpija. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Johnson will isolate, takes it down the middle, kicks it out. Peric keeps his dribble alive. Back to Johnson, 3 in the corner. Peric with the offensive board. And he's fouled on the ground by Lorbeck. It's a big offensive board by Peric. Marquez Haynes will inbound it. Easy play. And they finally get a bucket to drop. It's Michael Bramos. And that will boost his confidence a little bit. Lorbeck throws it down to Morgan. Morgan backs down against Watt. Loses his dribble. They keep it alive. It's got to be a traveling violation, surely. He's fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Marquez Haynes picks up the personal foul. I thought he jumped in the air. I guess if Marquez Haynes had his hand on it, it's probably why he didn't get called for a traveling violation. Lawbeck's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Makes a second one. Domin Lawbeck, 33 years of age. A man who's got a very impressive CV when it comes to representing a variety of clubs here in Europe. Peric kicks it out. It's good ball movement. Bramos gave up the 3, but Johnson will take it and still struggles. Bramos, offensive ball, puts it back, and that's going to get you back in the game. It's 2 possessions back-to-back where Umana Reyer Venezia have dug in and given themselves second opportunities. Lawbeck, they turn it over, and they throw it away to keep it alive. Good play by Dominic Johnson. Bramos thought about the 3, and I'm not quite sure what Bubnic was thinking, but he's picked up an unsportsmanlike foul. And now Umana Reyer Venezia going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots, and they're going to get the ball back. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to achieve there. It's just a thoughtless play. He did a great job of getting out, closing out Michael Bramos. Why he did that, but Petrol Olimpija going to have to call timeout because they're losing their discipline at the moment.
Of course was foul, but hey, think about this. Guys, on the other side, we focus a little on free throw line. We missed 5 free throws on plus 10, but okay.
Well, there you can see he's already talking about, you got to be careful, you got to be smart. Cannot make silly decisions out there.
Okay.
You got nothing. Let them work on pick and roll. And Thomas, puoi slipparlo il blocco. Okay? Go guys, come on, go.
Well, 1 attempt at the free throw line is not enough, especially at the professional level. So they're going to have to change that stat and attack the basket harder. Michael Bramos is going to shoot the 2 free throws with the unsportsmanlike foul. Well, the American-born, Greek-nationalized citizen played at Miami, Ohio. As he makes it 2 for 2. Really loving life in Italy. He's been with Umana Reyer Venezia since 2015, and he was very impressive in last year's Basketball Champions League campaign. For him, it's about confidence. Getting the first good shots off and having a bit of belief in yourself. Very talented player, Michael Bramos. Down low to Peric. Peric, very creative post player. And now he's getting his game going. And if Peric gets like that all night long, Petrol Olimpija are going to have a lot of questions asked. Behind the back, good play. In and around. That is a tough shot, but put it behind his back up. Peric off with the pump fake, stepped in, and Hrovat doesn't like to make the easy shots, that's for sure. Dominic Johnson looking for Peric down low, but Oliver not letting him get the ball. Here's where Peric wants the ball. Down low, Bramos. Oh, get out of here! Are you serious, Jordan Morgan says? Michael Bramos, go home to Michigan, son. Because all of a sudden, Jordan Morgan, let me show you volleyball. Look at him stare him down afterwards. The pain is mine, he said. They get the ball into Bramos. Bramos pulls up for 3 this time. Still can't get it. Jordan Morgan with a big rebound. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. This Group C fixture. Petrol Olimpija tried to build on the lead they already had. Takes down low. Hrovat off the backboard. and nobody wanted to come out and stop him. It's too easy. He's up to 9 points. Have a very, very good game tonight. Peric gets the handoff of Michael Bramos. And they turn it over. Keep it live, 4 on the shot clock. He's got to shoot it. The veteran airballs it. And it's another unsportsmanlike foul call. This time it's on Dominic Johnson. I've got to see the replay of that. I'm not too sure about that decision. Here's the airball. No, I'm not sure that's an unsportsmanlike foul. I mean, no doubt it's a foul. He's got him, but I don't think he's gone there with deliberate intent. I think he's just trying to swipe the ball. There's no doubt it's a foul, that's for sure. I think I wouldn't go as far to say it's an unsportsmanlike foul, but Oliver misses the first free throw. Free throws are key. You can't miss free throws because you don't want to look back on a game with a lead you threw away. And he makes a second. And Petrol Olimpija going to get the possession back. Oliver thought about the three. Takes it down the middle, makes the contact, and finger rolls it off the basket. And that's a beautiful play. Used the agility and the strength to get to the basket, and it was the finger roll finish that made it look so pretty. Takes another shot and swishes that downtown as he just nails it. And that is Mr. Ress, the Italian-born former U.S. college basketball player, the veteran. Provat takes it in, kicks out to Oliver. Provat down to Morgan. Morgan guarded by Johnson. Kicks it out. It's a poor pass. 1 second. He's got to shoot it. Can't get it. I think the coach just yelled out one shot, run the clock down. I'm not quite sure what the delay in game is caused by, but there's a 4-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Morgan tried to gamble and he picks up a foul. It's his first personal foul of the game. Now there's going to be 9/10 of a second difference. Well, Ress is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots because Olympia's in the penalty. Thomas Ress makes the first. 37 years of age. Went to Texas A&M from 1999 to 2003. Born in Salerno, Italy, as he makes it 2 for 2. The size and the veteran years and experience he brings. We go pick and roll on the ball. Down low, Morgan, and he's blocked. Michael Bramos, and that is a play of revenge, because if you remember a few possessions back, Jordan Morgan blocked him, stared him down. And this time, Michael Bramos says, that's it, got your back, and it's in your home as well. The rest will go to the bench. Watkins will come back in. Umana Reyer Venezia have 1.3 seconds left to get a shot off. Johnson throws it up. And at the end of the first half, it is the host, Petrol Olimpija, with a 36-31 lead against the guests, Umana Reyer Venezia. The Italians have come out a little bit sloppy here in the early stages, but they're just crawling their way back in and just finding their confidence. Well, Petrol Olimpija, if they win tonight, they can go to 2-3. And that's big for them because they lost their 3 opening games here in the Basketball Champions League. They're playing like a team with a lot of confidence. They need to keep that rhythm going. I'll just show you some stats and highlights here from the first half. And there are the traveling fans from Venice, Italy. They've been singing all game long. Petrol Olimpija 13 for 22 within the perimeter, while Umana Reyer Venezia now 4 for 16. We talked about their three-point struggles, but just starting to pick it up. Orlik with 2 of those. Both teams fairly equal with rebounding and assists and steals for that matter as well, but it's been a good atmosphere and a good game to watch. It's up and down at the moment. Both teams really doing a good job taking care of the ball. Only 2 turnovers apiece. 6 turnovers, sorry, which is still a relatively good stat. We'll just show you some highlights, but the game leaders right now, you can see Oliver 4 rebounds shy of a double-double. Orlik, top scorer, 6. So Umana Reyer Venezia need more players to step up. They're going to come out victorious tonight. Well, that and Morgan chipping in 9 and 7. Morgan had all those points in the first quarter. He was unstoppable. He went a little bit quiet in the second quarter. Just show you some highlights, but don't go anywhere too long, as we'll be back for the second half of this Group C regular season fixture between Petrol Olimpija and Umana Reyer Venezia. It's the Basketball Champions League. We'll be back soon. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half here of this Group C Basketball Champions League fixture between our host Petrol Olimpija and our Umana Reyer Venezia. This is a Group C fixture. Both these two teams at opposite ends of their standings. It's been an interesting first half because the hosts, who lost their first 3 opening games here in this competition, won their first game last week on the road in Madrid, and they've started off the better of the two. They've moved the ball very well. They've got the open shots. Umana Reyer Venezia, they struggled in the first quarter, but they're just chipping back into it. They were down as many as 14 at one point, and they've cut the deficit down to 5. It's been an exciting game to watch nonetheless, but it's really going to be interesting because remember, if Petrol Olimpija can win this, they'll go to 2 and 3 and start to move up the group. Umana Reyer Venezia, if they can win it, they can almost go top of the group. Castrati started off on fire. He's played really well. Very versatile, athletic big man. Jordan Morgan as well in the first quarter. It was almost unstoppable that everything he touched would literally just go in, but he's been a little bit quiet. And there are the tweets and the Facebook posts as those fans from Venice will be taking a lot of selfies, and they've been so impressive traveling, which is only a neighboring country, but still a journey to make, especially a weeknight here on the road. And you've got to love that because I think we talk about the Turkish fans, the Greek fans, and how unbelievably passionate they are and what value they bring to European basketball. And I think it's fair to say that almost every club here in the Basketball Champions League has excellent fans.
Put the game on our way, do you understand me? I said you in locker room, there will not be offensive hero. We need...
Pred začetkom tretje četrtine v Spodlicah v najlepši dvorani na sredu pozdravimo žensko košarkarsko reprezentanco Slovenije. Dekleta v spremstvu strokovnega vodstva čakajo kvalifikacije za Evropsko prvenstvo 2019 in prva tekma čaka v soboto proti Romuniji 15.11. po
The family environment, and he's loving it. He's having a great time tonight. Well, we start the third quarter, and it is the visitors who will get the first possession. Michael Bramos will inbound it to Marquez Haynes. Haynes a little bit quiet here in this game, usually very prolific scorer. Bramos kicks it out. Orlek looking for the handoff, but the defense too aggressive. Haynes gives it. Orlek, he's hit 2. Can't get the third. Castrati comes up with a rebound. Span's making real good use of the pick and roll, causing all sorts of problems. Lobeck, deep 3, can't get it. Orlek with the rebound. Down low to Mitchell Watt. Watt spins, nice move. First layup, Mitchell Watt. And that's the best move he's done all night tonight. Span out to the baseline, put the reverse layup in. 3-point lead to the hosts. Span gets the handoff. Cross court, gives it to Castrati. Lobeck had the 3 but gave it up. Puts a floater up. Johnson with a rebound, and he hugs the sideline. Bramos transition down low. Fouls Orlek, and 1. And Span didn't foul him hard enough, but now we talked about this because Umana Reyer Venezia, as great a team as they are, they struggle at the beginning, but if you get good looks, they're going to start to drop. Right now, Orlek with 8 points, he can tie the game up because for the majority of this entire game, Petrol Olimpija have controlled it, and he ties it up at 36. And this is a big, big play right now for Petrol Olimpija. Span thought about the 3, and he almost turned it over. I think Oliver's just trying to say, look, that's where the pass needs to go. You need to look where you're going. And it's a great play to come off the bench to have Orlik. Guy can shoot from the perimeter, but kick out. Span, 3 in the corner. Can't get it. Jordan Morgan can't get the offensive board, but well, the possession goes back to the Slovenians. They'll get it baseline. Let's have a look at the rebound. See, I think the deflections come off Mitchell Watt. Span will go pick and roll. Takes it himself, makes a cut. Get out of here. Michael Watt said, you what? Michael Watt must stand at least 215 to 20 centimeters. If you're going to go attack the basket with him in there, you got to go hard. Lawbeck catch and shoot off the inbound. In and out, can't get it. Johnson wastes no time looking for Orlik, but doesn't give it to him. And another turnover. Sloppy play from Marquez Haynes. Lawbeck back to Span. Span down low to Morgan. Morgan in the corner. Castrati back to Span. Now I'm not quite sure why Span gave the pass up because, oh, it's got to be a double dribble. Doesn't call it. Bramos lays it up. Now you got to go to the previous possession. I mean, it's a nice offense, but that's got to be a double dribble. Michael Bramos just finishes it off the backboard, but the previous possession before that, it's almost like nobody wants to shoot the ball for Petrol Olimpija. Span had a wide open look, and I'm not quite sure why he was trying to pass the ball up.
Hey, Span, be self-confident. If you are alone, shoot it. Hey. Hey.
That's exactly what the coach told him. You got to shoot the ball.
You are alone, shoot it, but of course not immediately. Okay, now listen me. Hey. What happened, happened. Hey, they are very aggressive on your offenses. One flash, one side. Guys,
go slow, you
do
cannot
not go in full sprint.
I just went too early.
Easy one up. And we can start also with the 5 men, so we go dribble and off. Okay? But the key is the defense. Come on, 55 everybody. Let's go.
Go, guys.
Go.
1, 2, 3. Team.
It's exactly what it's all about. It's about confidence. You started the game off very confidently, but all of a sudden you got 5 guys on the court for Olimpija Petra. Don't want to shoot the ball. You got to pick it up. The ball movement's good, but they just gotta. You just gotta shoot the ball. It's as simple as that. Castrati looks down low to Morgan. Morgan wastes no time, takes a baseline, and steps out of bounds. Good defensive play by Mitchell Watt. Now, he was unstoppable in the first quarter, but the belief's gone away. You know, good players, they never stop shooting. Bramos gives it to Orlik. Deep 3. Orlik can't get it. Castrati with the rebound. Oliver takes it himself. Morgan down the middle. Pushes off, fades away, off the backboard. And finally, after 3 minutes, Petrol Olimpija get a bucket here in the second half. Bramos catch and shoot off the curl. 3-point struggles still continue. Petrol Olimpija got to box out. Dominic Johnson, he'll turn up. Oh, Lord, Dominic Johnson from downtown just drains it right in front of the Petrol Olimpija bench as he looks back at them. Castrati down the lane. Picks it up, Morgan, Jordan Morgan picks up the loose ball. Keeps it alive, he's up to 11 points. Johnson hit his last. Oh my Lord, he's putting on a show out there. Dominique Johnson had 2 points in the first half and he hits back-to-back triples. Lorbeck takes it baseline. Morgan kicks in the corner. Spann gives up another three. He doesn't want to shoot it. 4 on the shot clock, he's gonna have to. Spann, tough shot, doesn't get it. Marquez Haynes. And I think the coach is gonna bring Horvat back in. Orelek thought about the three, takes it in. What? Throw in, down, big man, as he brings the rim down. Down with Orelek, dish it off, and what just brought it all down. Just dunks it. Castrati gives it to Lorbeck. He'll take the three. Lorbeck, it's going to be off. And Orelek comes up with a big rebound. Bramos, Johnson, offensive foul. And Mitchell Watt looks at the referee and says, I didn't touch him. We'll have to see the replay. Mitchell says, I didn't move. Picks up his first personal foul. Now, he might have a case there, actually, but it's hard to see from that angle. Well, Peric comes back in. Usually reliable top scorer. Well, it's a 6-point lead to the visitors. They've really turned it around here in the third quarter. Home team's got to respond. Lorbeck just keeps it alive. Gives it to Morgan. Morgan gives up a shot, finally takes it in the end, drains it. Jordan Morgan, 6 points here in the third quarter. Showing the early signs of dominance he put in the first period. Johnson hit his last 2 threes, and it's another offensive foul. Umana Reyer Venezia. It's on Orelek. It's another moving screen. We have to see the replay. I think he's frustrated by the fact that his team can't keep the discipline. Petrol Olimpija. Lorbeck uses the screen, takes it himself, doesn't get it. Morgan, offensive board, he can't get it back. Gets it on rebound. Well, they get it baseline, but Jordan Morgan, it's a tough situation because he's got to shoot over 3 players. He's got Watkins behind him, Peric, and along with Orelek. And he checks back in. They're going to try and put a body on Morgan. No one's able to contain him at the moment. Lorbeck falls over and he's fouled by Watkins. I think Watkins has got a case. He's saying, look, ref, he's hooking me. Picks up his second personal foul. Yeah, you can see the hook right there. He's got his arm around him. I'm not sure what Watkins could do. It's good defense at the end of the day, but and the Mop boys just got to come over, just dry it out so we don't get any injuries. Lorbeck gives it to Horvat. Oliver takes it in. And this is smart now for Petrol Olimpija because now Umana Reyer Venezia are going to pick up their 4th team foul. If they can pick up one more, they'll get the penalty. And Peric picks up his 4th personal foul. And that's huge. They've got to bring him out of the game. So you've got 2 big players, Watt and Peric, 4 personal fouls. Lorbeck gets it in, makes the contact off the backboard. In, doesn't get it, but gets the rebound back. Kicks out, takes it this time. Spann doesn't get it. And Morgan picks up a loose ball foul. It's the second. Spann with the 3, but Yeah, no doubt. And you love what he did afterwards. I mean, Jordan Morgan put his hand up, acknowledged the foul. It's good sportsmanship. Down low, Orlik backs down against Oliver. Kicks out, takes a deep shot, doesn't get it. Provat comes up in possession. He's looking for Morgan. Morgan takes a baseline. And it's a traveling violation and a silly turnover. Got to keep things under control. Oh, it's an excellent call, yeah. I mean, from this angle, it's hard to see, but the official had a good eye there. No doubt in my mind. Jenkins gives it up to Johnson. Johnson, tough guarded. Offensive foul. Now, what was he doing? I mean, he grabs Hrovat, just almost throws him to the ground. Well, at least he acknowledges it, but you can see here, got double teamed, and Hrovat put the pressure on him. I'm not quite sure why he gave him the elbow there. I mean, he started this second half off so well with 2 back-to-back three-pointers, but because it's an offensive foul, they won't be going to the free throw line. Hrovat takes it baseline, keeps it alive, and it's another turnover. And yeah, it's a good call because he jump stopped, lost his balance. Right here, you see the jump stop. Yep, no doubt. It's another silly turnover. Got to take care of the ball. Haynes gives it up to Orlik. Down low, Andrea. Easily done. Nobody stepped out. Castrati was the weak side defense. DeNicolau goes to 5 points. Baseline, puts a floater up, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound. Spam down low. Morgan's got it, dunk it! And now it boosts his confidence as he cuts a deficit to 4. Goes up to 15 points, 70% from the field. Oh, he pickpocket, Spam, transition, gets fouled, no, lays it up. And DeNicolau's got to take care of it. Because now it's a 2-point lead to Venezia. And they got to call timeout. Well, Petrol Olimpija chipping back into this one. Umana Reyer Venezia built a substantial lead. They went up by 6 points after being down by 5.
Lo tieni, se no spendi un fallo. Non lo fai segnare. Okay, watch. In offense, Mike, we go one side for Mike. Okay, Ore, go cross in here. Okay, try to receive the ball. If we got nothing, ball here.
Hey, patient, you see what is not by force? This dunking is not by force. By force is penetration.
Well, Hrovat with 9 points. But right now it's actually Jordan Morgan who's top scorer for Petrol Olimpija.
Hey, involve Oliver in game. 2 minutes. Hey.
You can see the stress is building up because his team were cruising in the early stages. Take nothing away from Umana Reyer Venezia. It's why they are such a strong team. Remember, last year did so well in the Basketball Champions League. Orlik gets it up to Gamble, kicks it out. Watkins, nowhere to go, heavily guarded. 5 on the shot clock. Orlik, he's got to shoot it. Takes himself, kicks it out. DeNicolau, deep 3, doesn't get it. And Oliver. Yep, he picks it up, it's a foul. DeNicolau's going to go to the free throw line. for 3 free throws. I mean, that is as poor as it gets because they played such good defense. And they get a shot off at the end. They don't score, but all you got to do is close them out. You never jump at the shooter in the late seconds, especially not a three-point shooter. Makes 2. The Nicolau, usually a top scorer, but makes it 2 for 3. The possession's going to go to Olimpija Petrol for an early entry. Down low, Oliver can't catch it. It's a tough pass. 4-point lead to the visitors. Watkins takes it in, kicks it out. Arlek gave up the 3. Gives it to Haynes. Marquez Haynes shakes and bakes, takes it in. Takes it all the way. Marquez Haynes had all the pressure come from Hrovat and just finger rolls it off the glass. Hrovat looking for the roll, but nobody rolled to the basket. Oliver fades away, tough shot, gets it to go. Span around, fade away, with no rebounders, so tough shot, but he cuts the deficit to 4. Marquez Haynes gonna run the clock down, try and get the last shot. Haynes takes it, turns it over. Hrovat transition, 4 seconds. Takes it all the way, lays it up, can't get it, another miss. And at the end of the third quarter, Umana Reyer Venezia have really turned this game around as they lead by 4. Hrovat was looking for the foul, and the ref saw no contact. Well, it's a 4-point lead to the visitors. They've done an excellent job here in the third quarter. Started the game off very flat-footed, but like I said, a great team like Umana Reyer Venezia, who know all about this competition here in the Basketball Champions League, finishing 4th place. They know how to come back from games, especially on the road. Neither team really prolific from the perimeter, but Petrol Olimpija doing a bit of better job within the rainbow. We've got another quarter to go here in this Group C fixture. Umana Reyer Venezia, 3 wins and 1 loss, while Petrol Olimpija picked up their first victory last week on the road against Movistar Estudiantes. And they're at home tonight, so it's going to be crucial for them to go 2 and 3, that's for sure.
Second, you have to start to catch. Offensively, I will tell you, we totally change offense. We totally change offense if we compare this with first half. We are playing 1 against 5, 4 are staying. We are not anymore moving the ball. We stop the ball and we try to attack. I will tell you why. One more.
Well, Umana Reyer Venezia are going to have to go with that small lineup right now because Mitchell Watt and Parrish are in foul trouble, 4 fouls apiece. And he's going to want to bring them in the 4th quarter at some point. Petrol Olimpija, not too much foul trouble for them, but their worries at least on the defensive end. They got to finish down the offensive end. We talked about confidence. Some points in these games. In this game tonight, players just haven't wanted to shoot the ball. You know, the great coach always said to me, you got to have confidence if you're going to play professional basketball. Jordan Morgan looking for the handoff. Almost turns over. Hrovat gets it back. 10 on the shot clock. Almost turns it over. Keeps his dribble alive. Puts up the layup. Lays it up. Sloppy play, but in the end, it got it to go. Hrovat now 11 points. Sometimes you got to knit and grit and do the dirty work, and that's what they did. Bramos. Haynes kicks it out. Orelek, it's a big 3 if he makes it, and it's nothing but net. It's his 3rd triple of the game. And Olimpija have got to respond positively now. 3 for 5 from the perimeter for Orlik. Hrovat takes it in. He's fouled by Marquez. No, actually from Jenkins. And he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Jenkins picks up his 3rd personal. I mean, that's what Petrol Olimpija have lacked here in the second half. Not enough penetrations. I mean, beginning of this game, it was pick and roll, split the defense, make it collapse and kickouts, and it's been a different team here in the second half. Got to make free throws. That is big. Don't want to look back on the game, see a close deficit, knowing all the free throws you missed. And he hasn't made one tonight. He's 0 for 3. Well, 0 for 4. Coach knows what he's got to do next practice. And he picks up a personal foul down the other end. He just loses his footing. Takes it baseline, looks for the kick out, gets it to Orlik, throws it down. Bramos tries to dish it, keep it alive. Nope, turn it over. It's a good defensive effort collectively from Petrol Olimpija. Jenkins, you gotta love it. He's still going after, even though he's got no chance, and just shows the hustle and desire. Hrovat gives it back. They're looking for the pick and roll. Back to Morgan. Morgan lays it up and 1. Jordan Morgan. And that's what they got to go to every time. They know they've got Watt and they've got Parrish in 4 fouls. And Baliga, as good a defensive player he is, it is a mismatch against Jordan Morgan. Keep going to that pick and roll. Keep exploiting the Umana Reyer Venezia defense. Morgan is going to make a 3-point play. It does just that. Cuts it down to a 2-point deficit. There's a foul on the ball. It's on Castrati. Jenkins is going to go to the bench. He's had a tough game tonight, but he's an unbelievable player, Jenkins. They bring back in Dominique Johnson. 2 for 2 from the perimeter here in the second half. Orlik, nowhere to go. Down low, Baliga. Swipe by Oliver, picked up by Michael Bramos. Nobody had him on. Bramos just rolls it off the backboard. 4-point lead to the Italians. Castrati gives it to Oliver. Handoff. 4 on the shot clock. Looking, kick in the corner. He's got to shoot it. Hrovat, deep 3, can't get it. Jordan Morgan gets the rebound. And he's fouled by Baliga. This is 4 personal, so now Umana Reyer Venezia have got a headache because that's 4 post players in 4 personal fouls. And Rest comes back in, the veteran, 6'11". And if you're Petrol Olimpija, you are going to Morgan every time. Down low, catches shoot off the inbound play, gets it, can't get it, no. Tipped off Oliver. And Olimpija lose the possession as Umana Reyer Venezia goes their way. The gamble. This is what Marquez Haynes wants. He wants the time and space to create. Very explosive guard, takes it in the middle, kicks it out. Bramos, he'll take it in. Another kick out. Dominique Johnson. Rest, he'll pull up for 3. Now I'm trying to make out what happened because I'm pretty sure Michael Bramos jumped up and grabbed the net, while at the same time Rest drained the 3-pointer. 7-point lead. Oliver takes it in, missed the layup. Morgan rebound, can't get it, tips it back in. He's up to 20 points. Cuts the deficit down to 5, 75% from the field. Fakes it, Orlik all the way, lays it up. Beautiful fake play. 14 points. Oliver takes it in, throws it down. I think that was a frustration from missing the layup down the previous play. Back to a 5-point lead for the visitors. Dominique Johnson gives it up. They gamble again. Bramos. Now they got the mismatch. Ress made his last. Hits it again. Swishes it for the veteran. And Petrol Olimpija have got to call timeout. Because when you thought Umana Reyer Venezia were in trouble with 3 big men on 4 fouls, the veteran 37-year-old just comes in and hits 2 big threes. Here's the first one. Swish. And the second play again down the other end. Just nails it right in the face of Jordan Morgan as he builds an 8-point lead. Umana Reyer Venezia with 50 bench points. Against Petrol Olimpija's only 15. I mean, that is a huge stat, but we talked about this already. It was interesting the way he started the lineup tonight because he had Baliga in the starting lineup who's really known for his defensive duties. But it just shows the depth and the versatility of this team. Umana Reyer Venezia flat-footed in the early stages, couldn't get the shots going, couldn't get a lot going, but great teams always dig in. You always go to instinct. You do the dirty work, you can get back into it.
Michael still, if he can pass, he's a top kicker for DJ. 1, 2, 3. Hey, this switches me now.
Stolica jeśli czasa, mamy 6 minut, za 8.
6 minutes to go here. It's an 8-point lead to the visitors. Castrati. Down to Morgan. Morgan puts the pump fake, pulls up, tough shot, doesn't get it, it's a push in the back. Yep, good call. Castrati just pushes his man in the back to get the rebound. It's his 4th personal foul. Shot goes up. Yeah, you can see, no doubt, it's a foul. Pushes De Nicolau right in the back. De Nicolau looking for the back door. Johnson splits the screen, takes it in. Corner, Bramos, good ball move. Orlik, big 3. Oh, Lord! You kidding me? 4 threes tonight for Orlik as he just sinks it. Big shot. 11-point lead for Umana Reyer Venezia. They got to answer here. It's a big possession. Kicks it out. Oliver, nowhere to go. 4 seconds on the shot clock. That's a deep 3. Hrovat. Back to Morgan. Is he fouled? No. Doesn't get it. Rebound, they put it up. And 1. They answer, and it's the young fella. And the foul's on Orlik, making 1 big 3 down the other end. And this game isn't over, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes to go, 9 points, not a lot in it, but this is what we talk about. When your shots aren't dropping, you got to go for second chances. You can see the frustration from Rest because that's a simple rebound if they just box out. Castrati goes to the bench. And Bajim, the young Croatian, just digging in, going for those offensive boards. Makes it a 3-point play, cuts the deficit to 8. Now Petrol Olimpija, they're going to get back into this. They got to play discipline on the defensive end. Orlik throws it down to Dominique Johnson. Johnson backs down into post. Orlik pump fakes, misses the wide open layup, gets his own board. Second chance, can't get it. And it goes out of bounds. And Petrol Olimpija will get it back. Cirella couldn't keep it in. It's 2 possessions in a row. I think Cirella is unfortunate not to come up with a foul. Big possession right now for Petrol Olimpija. Stam, corner, Oliver, it's a big 3 if he can make it. Can't get it. Morgan with the offensive board, backs, offensive foul. And Ress stood his ground, took the charge, and I think he took quite a hit from Jordan Morgan, sorry. You can see Morgan gets support now. Ress has got his arms locked. Yeah, it's a good call outside the semicircle. Timeout to Petrol Olimpija. Well, it's actually timeout to Umana Reyer Venezia.
Or dribble or pass. Better we dribble because they deny. Cornalato. But we play in this way.
Both teams almost equal with the amount of attempts have taken and field goals have made.
Same side of Thomas. Andrea. Okay, press inbound is hold. Dribble here on Pero. Pero, riscreen. The ball, for sure they crack. Thomas, se c'è il tiro bene. If not, we go dribble and off. And Thomas pop and Pero dive.
First pick and roll. I don't know what they will play, but first pick and roll with Jordan Morgan. Be track, come on. Be track. But now give to be nice.
Low on the assist tonight with 16 and 10. And shows you a lot of isolation, a lot of one-on-one plays for tonight's teams, but 10 assists is usually what you look for one player to have. Well, just under 4.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It's an 8-point lead to the Italians. De Nicolau brings the ball up, got the switch. Oliver guarding him. They get the rest, can't let him shoot another 3, turns it over. Transition, Krovat gives it to Morgan, kicks it out. Badgham, down low to Morgan, guarded by Johnson. 10 on the shot clock, kicks it out. Oliver thought about the 3, takes it in the end. Tough shot, a little bit short. Petrol Olimpija struggled to come up with a good shot in that possession. They're trying to get everything through Morgan. Double teamed. 5 on the shot clock. Nicolau puts it up, doesn't get it. Oh, there's got to be a loose ball foul. The deflection comes off of Cirella. And Petrol Olimpija have another choice. Umana Reyer Venezia had a couple of chances to close this game out, but it's definitely not over. Another timeout, this time to Petrol Olimpija. Well, the problem right now for Petrol Olimpija is struggling to get a good shot. He's still got the first half. Spread the floor, a lot of pick and rolls. Now they're really struggling.
Ti moraš narediti. Ne. Kdo tebe krije? Kdo tebe krije? Ramos. He's down. Best.
Round side without using the picker and we steal an easy basket. We need an easy basket now. Okay. Round side. Okay. In defense, guys, in defense, ready for red like we did now if we switch. Now, show the 3. It's man to man. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, the home fans, you can see a little bit of nerves because, remember, they were so excited at the beginning when their team started off so well. Morgan wastes no time, takes it in. This time doesn't get the foul, but can't make it this time, gets his own rebound. They come up with it to Nicolau, 3-on-2. Got to make the most. Johnson makes a good decision, slows it down, doesn't pull up for the three. Remember, time is their ally. Get a good possession here. Isolation. Rest. You can't let him shoot. To Nicolau, takes it in. Spins out. Gives it to Johnson. Johnson, long two. Airballs it. Oliver with the rebound. And it's a careless turnover. We got a break. Johnson just dunks it off the break. And that's all about discipline. I mean, the ability to get on the break. I mean, that's young players watching have got to see how Dominique Johnson, as soon as he sees his team with the ball, just gets forward right away. Stam pulls up for a three, doesn't get it. Rest, transition. Johnson. And now it's transition. Provat, he'll take the three. Drains it. 7-point deficit. 14-point game. Who knows, 2 minutes to go. They can dig in deep. It's a three-possession game for them, really. You got to love what that man's given to his team tonight. Unbelievable. Umana Reyer Venezia, got to take care of the ball. Good decisions. Those aren't decisions, but they get it over in the end. That's a smart play from Peric, because had he not made that full court pass, it would have been an 8-second violation. Jump ball situation. Back to Umana Reyer Venezia. It was a very smart possession there. Marquez Haynes, they get another ball handler. And Peric, it was him as well. Had the ball in the full court. 10 on the shot clock to get into Johnson. Johnson takes it down the middle, puts up the floater, and that is so beautiful because it's calm, composed, and that's what he brings to the plate. Minute and 30 to go. Petrol Olimpija got to respond. They turn it over. Bramos comes up with it. Marquez Haynes, double teamed. Bramos gets it over. Down low, makes the contact, puts up the floater, and he just finishes it. Mitchell Watt kisses it after. Provat pulls up for a deep three, gets it to go again. 8-point lead, minute to go, 17 points. It's a backcourt violation. And I think Dominique Johnson's trying to say, did you not see him tip the ball? Let's have a look at that. Well, we can't see from there because we need to go a little bit further back. Deep three from Provat. This will be an interesting possession for Petrol Olimpija. Oliver, deep, wastes no time. And Provat, you can see the frustration. Probably wasn't the possession they wanted. The double team comes over. Marquez Haynes deals with it. It's another turnover. Transition. Provat pulls up for another three. Can't get it. Badgham keeps it alive. Back to Provat. Thought about the three. Puts up the floater. Doesn't get it. Marquez Haynes, transition. Just lays it up. And it's back to a 10-point lead with 20 seconds to go. And Petrol Olimpija will just dribble this one out. Well, they started the game off on fire. They were controlling the tempo. Pick and roll. Umana Reyer Venezia really struggled. They made it to the Final Four last year. And that's what great teams do. They chip in, they come back, and they win games on the road. And at the end of this one, it is Umana Reyer Venezia 76, Petrol Olimpija 66. It was a Group C fixture. Umana Reyer Venezia go to 4-1, while Petrol Olimpija got the first win last week against Movistar Estudiantes, and now 1-4. Jordan Morgan was on fire in the early stages, led the team in the second half, but it wasn't enough. Rovat put in a couple of threes, but they haven't done enough tonight. The team top of the Slovenian Professional Basketball League plays against a team who are fourth in the Italian League. And they clap off the visiting fans from Venice. And Mr. Experience Res came in and hit two big back-to-back dagger three-pointers that really said goodnight for Petrol Olimpija. Chirella had a very steady game, but he does what he does best. Just fits the bill. Umana Reyer Venezia, the difference, 10 for 26 from the perimeter, while Olimpija only 4 for 21. Petrol Olimpija with more twos, more rebounds for that matter, but another interesting stat is 18 to 11 on the assists in favor of Umana Reyer Venezia. Petrol Olimpija really rely on the pick and roll and the isolation play. Well, for these teams, they're going to go back to their domestic leagues, but remember, it really doesn't just get all that easy for them. Orlik, top scorer of Umana Reyer Venezia. Morgan, double-double with 20 and 13. Watt chipped in eight rebounds, but didn't really play that much due to the foul trouble he got into. So for Petrol Olimpija, we said it gets more difficult because next week they're on the road as they travel down to Athens to play against one of Europe's most decorated clubs in Ike. They know they got a lot of questions to answer. And meanwhile, as for our Italian visitors tonight, it's a big win for them as they go 4-1. And next week, they will host another team with similar record to them as they'll take on Medi Baruf. I'll show you some highlights here from the game. Stam just coming up with a steal early in the stage of the third quarter. Marquez Haynes draws the contact, holds it strong, just gives a finger roll, kisses it off the glass. Bit of shake and bake, the in and out move. He's able to finish it off. Oliver, tough shot, but fades away from the free throw line. Just drains it with a spin. And he gets it to go. And Rovat just able to keep it alive, lay it up. Orlik, 4 3-pointers tonight, and he swishes most of them. It's a tough play, just lets it go. It's a beautiful shooting form as well. Young players watching, try and mimic your form off this man. Jordan Morgan, what a beast of a game he had tonight with 20 and 13, but it wasn't enough. One man can't lead a team, he needs help. And Res with 2 big threes as Michael Bramos tries to jump up and grab the rim. Just throws it down from Oliver. And Res with another 3. Different location, same result. And Orlik, same thing again. It's nothing but net. It's beautifully done. It's a dunk play from Dominic Johnson. Coast to coast. Rovat trying to salvage in the end. Made 2 big threes here in the latter stages. Was unlucky not to hit the third one. Dominic Johnson just cool as you like, composed, finishing it over. Morgan. And the jump hook from Watt. Mr. Mitchell Watt closing the game out, but Rovat again, it's another deep 3. Tried a third one, but he couldn't get the third. Marquez Haynes just lays it up. Well, it was an exciting game tonight from these two teams, but it was Umana Reyer Venezia We'll see you tomorrow for more Group C fixtures here for Game Day 5, and then we'll see you next week for Game Day 6. It's goodbye from the Basketball Champions League, and good night.